Hello. Today I'll talk about the fundamental problem. I did do a drunken version of this video a couple of days ago on the way to get a beer. I might put that one up as well as this one. See which one is better. So, the fundamental problem that everybody faces is that you don't do what you know you should do. Now then, I don't mean by that should a big old moralistic kind of imposition from the outside order. That's a kind of excuse or a little game we play with ourselves to get away from this realization that we don't always do what we know we should do, that we're not actually in control. So in my particular example, it's financial. I have a certain long-term aim that I want to achieve, and I want to have a good stable financial base. I want to be independent. I want to save money for holidays and for more expensive hobbies and activities. And so, but I'm unable to, just like that, stop certain patterns that I've had for most of my life. So I know that I should save money, but that should, which comes from me, is at war with the immediate gratification me. And so what I'm practicing is deferring gratification, and I'm not always successful. This is the core of the problem. It's not that men or women don't know what they should do. It's that they don't do it. And you can't. And most people, they get the game. They understand that certain things have certain consequences, and that they have certain desires. So in order to get what they want, they've got to do certain things, but they don't do those certain things. And we beat ourselves up about this. But we don't. We constantly find excuses to blind ourselves to this and others, because it's so simple. I know what I should do, and I don't do it. That's it. And most people they get that, and then they start telling you what you should do. And it's like, look, mate, I already know what I should do, but I don't do it. That's the problem. And are you going to fix the problem by telling me what I should do? Am I going to fix the problem by telling myself what I should do? No. I've noticed gradually over time things get better for me. Personally, I don't know about you, but I think that's just part of growing older. And all these moral structures and stuff like that, it's like we create this kind of moral order or a moral imposition as a method to try and make ourselves do what we know we should do, to act as like a carrot, on the end, like say heaven, for example, is a carrot on the end of the stick, and a stick to whip ourselves with. But this not doing what you know you should do, it occurs because if I don't do what I know I should do, then I'm not going to get to go to Peru next year. Then I'm not going to be able to have big adventures that I want. There's already a smack bottom waiting for me that I know of, and there's already a carrot on the stick there waiting for me that I know of. And despite the fact that there's a carrot in the stick, I still don't act in the most prudent manner. And this is a problem parents have with children, because there's a point at which the kid sussed it out. He gets the game, and the parents get so frustrated. And I've noticed some parents, right, even me growing up, not so much now. We're quite my family gets on really well, but what will happen is there'll be family gatherings, and then what the kind of the nuclear family will do is it will try and use the family gathering as a means of getting the individuals within the nuclear family to do what they know they should do. And the way they do it is by getting the other family members to give their seal of approval, their authoritative stamp on telling the person, oh, this is what you should be doing. So like say with weed or drugs and stuff like that, it's like all these drug addicts, they often know that they shouldn't be doing the drugs, and they don't want to be doing them like they do them, yet they still do them. And all because a guy is wearing a white coat and he's got like a PhD after his name or a dog collar or whatever, or because this person tells that person what they already know that they shouldn't be doing. It's not going to change it, and that's the big that's really one of the core problems of the human condition, that we're not rational beings. I mean, in a close family environment, what often causes individuals to act irrationally with each other is that you have this kind of thing, and that's what Freud's pointing out with the id. This frustration, and then it causes you to act in a way that doesn't get you what you want. Again, with kids, I notice in some people that I'm friends with, that the parents will always be having a go at the kids about doing certain things, and the kids have been doing these same certain things for years, like 5, 6, 7, 8 years, maybe even 10 years, and the parent has been there constantly telling the child not to do it, not their child not to do this thing, pointing out why it's bad for them and stuff like that. And it's like, haven't you figured it out yet? That you're effectless. There is no that tactic you've been using hasn't worked. Why don't you try other tactics? Why don't you just give up? Because that's essentially what the message brings you to, is you kind of give up. I mean, you don't stop trying to be financially frugal and stuff like that. You still try and do that, and you can make little wins against it. You can put in certain practices, certain disciplinary practices that do work in changing your behaviour. It just takes effort to get out of that. And but yet again, even though you know what you should do, that becomes another thing that you know that you should do, that you're not doing. And that's the problem. It's not, as humans, we're not rational creatures. We are governed, or rather, we're not creatures that abide by the rules we make in our heads. We're governed by this primordial kind of natural spontaneity, which is uncontrollable. I'm not saying there ain't no hope for you. I mean, if you want to fix yourself, and if you want to stop habits and stuff like that, you can do it. I know I can do it. I've done it before. But it's like there's a switch, and most of the talk that's around this, even try to convince a person that what they're doing is wrong, or that they shouldn't be doing it. They already know they shouldn't be doing it. They don't need convincing. But the only solution is to start doing what you know you should. That's it. It's really fucking easy. It's really fucking simple. It's not a complex thing, but the mind grabs hold of it, right? And it creates all these kind of verbal constructs and this endless spiel of words. And all that these words are is just a form of procrastination. It's like if you're an alcoholic and you want to stop drinking, well, just stop drinking. Any talk about it is often just a procrastination. I'll do it tomorrow, or I won't do it yet because of this, that and the other, and you create excuses for not just doing it. That's the only solution to it that the mind can give. But this organism isn't governed by the mind. That the mind stuff comes up, I believe, way after the event. It's just a backward little look at what's gone before. Goodbye.